Welcome to Keeping It Real and Peep Game Team Collaboration. I'm your man, Shadi Ali, aka SRD, and I got my man, my brother, Jay Sean. Introduce yourself to the people, brother.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mm, Welcome to the collaboration. You know already, Peep Game, keeping it real, and I'm the other host, Jay Sean, Mr. F Love, aka F Love, and happy to be here tonight. Looking forward to a good show, some good topics, some good conversation. Whatever else y'all want to, whatever, anything y'all want to talk about, or whatever y'all want to do, we here for it all. We here for the smoke.
Yeah, we here to bring the noise.
Yeah, look
You
at
know what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah, we here to bring the noise. That's what we here for.
we here to bring the noise.
Got the
And,
old school OGs up here. We ain't no young whippersnappers.
right. And anything that you guys want to, talk about, put some comments in, some topics that may interest you.
Yeah,
Put the topics in. We open to that because
definitely.
this ain't just about us, me and Jay. This about all of us.
Right,
It's about everybody who's watching.
right.
There's no discrimination or anything with anybody or any people. It's about everybody getting what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Getting theirs. That's what it's about. Getting yours, man.
Yes,
But
indeed.
not getting yours in a selfish way, where you doing something where you got to hurt other people to get what you got to get. So I want to make that clear. You
Very
know.
clear.
So
I wanna, but know what?
yeah, go ahead.
One thing I wanted to before I wanted to get off talk about. I wanted to get off my chest about this Christmas thing, man. This has been. I tried to stay um
Neutral.
as no, not neutral, secluded.
Oh.
I started. I tried to stay secluded as possible and far away from that Christmas thing as I could. Um, I, my feelings for it is zero. I did some reading up on it. About that it's a pagan holiday. I did some reading up on it, and I mean, it's something that I've been dealing with my whole life anyway. But this year, um, really, 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 really proved the point to me and showed me how the world can be swayed and you know swayed and persuaded or whatever you want to call it,
Influenced.
influenced by anything. Man, I had so
I
many
hear you.
people trying to call me to borrow money, man. Like, and
For what? Gifts?
I I guess that's for Christmas, and I was like thumbs down on it, like like I was like I'm not giving no money out toward that. Also, after Christmas, I got even more people calling me trying to borrow money, and now they broke. They broke, and now I guess they need money for New Year's Eve.
So tell me something now. You grew up with a religion where y'all didn't celebrate Christmas at all anyway, didn't you?
Yeah, at all. I grew up a Jehovah Witness, and even though at that time I wanted it. I wanted Christmas bad. You know what I mean? And this pains me to say it, but I keeps it real. But this pains me to say that I see the logic, almost the logic in it. As a child I didn't, but as an adult I do. Um it's I'll give you an example. When I was young, and Shireen, and
Yeah.
he lived next door to me, Robert Clyburn. My family didn't celebrate Christmas, but his did. So, like I wrote in my book, his Christmas was my Christmas. Because it was three. They had three brothers and one sister. So me and my sister, we couldn't wait for Christmas Day. I couldn't wait for Christmas Day to go to his house. Their house was like Disney World or Toys R Us. Toys from the bottom first floor to the top floor. So that's what I lived for years, going to their house for Christmas. And recently, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we was talking because me and him met at 4 years old. We was talking. Now this like 50 something years later, and I was giving him his due, and I was telling him how when I was a kid, um, his family and his Christmas kept my hopes alive. You know what I mean? Like kept my spirits up, knowing that I could go right next door and it was like Disneyland. They had so many toys and everything. You know what I mean? So I always said his Christmas was my Christmas. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I brought it up to him and I told him, man, when I was young, man, your family, you know how y'all um uplift me, you know what I mean, and made me feel good around Christmas time. And he told me, he said, yeah, Jay, but your family was smart. They didn't spend no money on Christmas. He said that after Christmas, my mother and father, they would fight for a whole month about being broke. you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. That's that's the principle behind it. Where Christmas has been used, and not just Christmas. A lot of other things have been used. Uh, Pam was saying it's like psychological slavery to get you to have the desire to buy something and need. And I agree with her because it's not we right now. It's psychological slavery, it's spiritual slavery,
hmm
and it's economic slavery that we in. So Christmas puts you in all of those. Christmas puts you in a psychological thing where you feel like you got to have it, and then the emotional thing where you're trying to please your children, and then the financial thing where it gets you where you just spent all this money on your children, and then let's go to the other part. We start off lying to our children, telling our children that there's a being that exists that brings something for free that
Right,
we end up having to pay money for.
right.
So yeah, so I dig what you're saying on that. I
But
definitely see. Go ahead, finish
but
up.
but look at this. I know you had a big family, bigger than mine. I had five. It's five of us kids. And how many of was in your family?
Seven of us.
Seven. So how was Christmas in your house?
I mean, to be honest, Christmas was really one of the times where it was like a good time, but more so it was about like the family. The
Mm,
family would come together. Like I would see my uncles, aunts, grandparents, and we would get together and have a meal together on
mm,
that time. And very rarely did we have it. So that was something that I looked forward to actually seeing the family.
right,
So we can take this, paganistic holiday and switch it, and to something else because at the end of the day, we realize a lot of things that's been going on, and we've been influenced tremendously. And it's basically about spiritual and financial, and it's as the sister said, the psychological part of it. Like for me now, it's still about family. Even though I'm a ways away, I'm striving to get my granddaughter and them to realize that don't get caught up in that spending all that money. And as you said, at the end of the year, now you're trying to play catch up. You know what I mean? Because they didn't jack the prices up,
Yeah.
and now everything is high anyway.
And
So
let
go
me
ahead,
say one.
go
Pardon me.
ahead,
Let
go
me
ahead, go
say
ahead.
one thing. Let me say one thing. And I don't know how many people know this, but the stores, all stores all over the world, Macy's, Walmart, all the big stores, all the big stores that you could think of. Don't you know that all year long they lose money? All year long they in the red. Do the research. Every big store shop is they lose money all year, and they make it back on Black Friday and Christmas. So those 2 days alone, they make enough money to put them in the green for the whole year. So they
Put
all
to put them
stores
in
they
to put
losing
them in the black.
in the
To put
black.
them in the black.
They losing the whole year. They behind on money. And those just from those 2 days, they make enough money to put them in the black, as you say, and then they can go on to the next year in the plus. Just from 2 days.
So off the top of your head, who would you say the biggest consumers are? Who would you say the people who are putting them in the black, spending that money? Who do you think spending the most money when it comes to that?
I mean, everybody spend money, but I know that our people spend a lot of money. I don't really know the breakdown, but I used to know it. It's like maybe we spend maybe
Trillions. We
billions
spend a
of
few
dollars,
trillion. We
billions of dollars on alcohol and billions of dollars on this and that. But in the stores, I know we spend a lot of money. You know what I mean? So they eat good off of our people. You know what I mean? Spending money.
a-
Um,
absolutely, absolutely. Sister Pam said, we should be, celebrating Kwanzaa. You
yeah,
know,
my niece is celebrating Kwanzaa. I really don't know what that is.
yeah, it is basically principles. You know what I'm saying? And we need principles. We need integrity. Unity, things of that nature.
Yeah,
So principles, because somehow or another we've lost a lot of principles when
right,
it comes to us as a people, and we stand on a lot of weakness now. It's a lot of weakness, and dare I say it, even a lot of wickedness. Because we've got, as you said, we've been influenced, we've
right.
been manipulated, we've been taught to believe that we are less than.
Mm,
We've been, you know, the whole thing about us being, brought here some 400 plus years ago, that thing did so much damage to us, and not just us, to other people, because other people have a tendency to look at us like, we're a meal ticket. Because if you years and make money off them the entire time, what does that say about us as a people? If that's an accurate story, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
My, so for me, I didn't ever hear about it really until till I started going to school. So the whole school thing put that notion in our head. But what when they brought it home, they brought it home when Roots came out. Remember when Roots came out? Had all of us glued to the TV, watching episode after episode, getting angry,
They made us what, and
in the
what was
school,
crazy.
in the
They they
schools.
they they insisted that we watch it. The
A-
class I was in, they insisted, and I remember that because I think I was 11 or 12, and
Right.
it was like they insisted that we watch that, and remember it was like a 12-part series or
Yeah, yeah. It was a
something.
long series. It was a long
We was
series.
watching that every day, and every day it was like I remember that that built like, even though we were so young, it still put something in me that
It to me, it put animosity and inferiority.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because the animosity was, okay, look, how could a people do this to another people? The
yeah,
inferiority is that we were the people who it was being done to.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I will say, now that I'm older, that I know that it's been a lot of people cultures that been in slavery. You know, Spaniards with slaves, Jews with the with the genocides with Hitler, um, uh, who else? I think Italians. A lot of people been enslaved, but I don't think nobody got it as bad as we got it.
Believe it or not, let's look at it like this. If we were the first people on the planet, that
Right,
meant slavery started with us and everybody else was slaves
right,
for years.
yeah,
Now, the thing that, you know, did more damage to us is it's not the point of being a slave, because if you really do if you really do the logical thinking about it, you got to think about, they talking 16 no 1492, 1491. What
hmm,
kind of ships do you think they had to bring people over here in 1491? They didn't have ships to bring a million people over here.
right,
You know, so that's a lie. So let's scratch that. You know, now the damage was done to us by us losing who we once were. Many times we focus on slavery, but how many times do any of us ask the question, what were we prior to slavery? What
right,
was our nationality? What were we called
right,
prior to being a slave? We don't think about it like that because they lied to us and said, oh, you were Africans. You came from Africa.
yeah,
Now, remind you that Africa wasn't even called Africa years ago either. It was called a Kebalan. A
right,
Kebalan was basically the Garden of Eden and the mother of civilization. That's what Africa was once called.
right,
So a part of the, I like to say, blackmatize is to get us, Africa, Jamaica, Haiti, all these different places to believe we are all separate people. When in reality, we are all one people and we functioned on one land. We functioned as an empire prior to, you know, the colonists. And the
right,
colonists are not just European. The colonists are different, other different nationalities. When they start splitting up the land and claiming the land for itself, for themselves, and then naming us after that land. Once they named us after, like, technically, we been naturalized as Americans, but
right,
America like to tell us that we black. And as I was saying to you before the show started, we learned in English that a noun is a person, place, or thing. We learned that's a noun. Now, if anybody who watching go look up black, you'll see that black is an adjective. So black is a description of our complexion, but we as a people have been using it as our nationality and bigging it up. And really, it's been used to, as the sisters say, put us to sleep. You know, it's been putting us to sleep. Why? Because we don't have the political power that we are due as a people. We don't have that because we are claiming a description as a nationality, and it's causing us hardship because they take stuff out of school. They say Black history. and we start screaming and hollering about, oh, they taking this out of the school, they taking that out of the school. But the reality is they have the right to, because there's something called the United Nations Declarations of Indigenous People. Now, because we don't know, many of us don't know that we are indigenous people, we don't know that we have rights as indigenous people. And this is the paper, people. This is it. The rights of indigenous people. This look this up. Pull this up when you get some time, you know? And I just want to read a little something from it. It says indigenous people had a right to establish and control their educational systems and institutions, providing education in their own language and in a manner appropriate to their cultural methods and of teaching and learning. Indigenous individuals, particularly children, had the right to all levels and forms of education of the state without discrimination. So this is what we had a right to, people, as indigenous people. Now, in order to be indigenous people, we also have the right to a nationality. And black nor African American is a nationality, because how many people, many of us never been to Africa. So we all know that anytime you become a citizen somewhere, either you was born in that country or you move to that country and they accept you. So who we are is Moroccans. We're Moroccans, Moors for short. That's who we are. We're Moroccans. And right now, as we speak, people, me and other people are behind the scenes reestablishing our government so that we can begin to take control politically. Because political, educational, social, and economics, those are the areas that we suffer in. Those are the areas where America has blackmatized us and got us to believe that, you ask a person, what's your nationality? They say black, or they'll say African American. And neither one of those are our nationality. They are our ethnicities or descriptions that describe us. And in order for us to get to where we need to be as a people, it's going to be time for us to unite under one nationality. Go ahead, brother.
You know what's crazy is that TikTok, all TikTok and all the social medias is so, the older you get, you learn so much about this world, man, in the United States and what's going on in this world. Now, TikTok sent me a message about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
you,
what
you
did they
know,
say? What did
they
they
gonna
say?
they gonna they gonna filter it or something like that.
Oh, they got a filter to make sure.
They gonna filter out some of the stuff you saying. But look, what's crazy? They'll let me come out here. They'll let me talk about sex, uh any all other stuff. You know what I mean? But if somebody come out here and talk positive, they'll tell you got to watch what you saying for the community. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Well,
yeah, because
that's just like the president. What's the lady who ran for president? Camilla Harris.
right.
Who did she go to? The our black people to try to get the black votes. She went to what? She went to the mainstream hoes. I call them right. She went to well, I don't want to use that word. That's a little bit. She went to the mainstream. She went to people like uh um what's the lady name? Megan Thee Stallion. uh, Scarlet, um, 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 you know the female rappers that's talking
Yeah,
now,
yeah. The
twerking.
yeah the ones that they have utilized to rock us to sleep.
Now she went to them to get the black votes. You know what I mean? Um, why she didn't go to like Queen Latifah? Why she didn't go to Lauryn Hill? You know what I mean? Why she didn't go to people like that? Why she went to Megan Thee Stallion and
That's what's out right now.
huh?
That, that's what's out right.
I mean, of course I know that's who's out right now, but why are they out right now? Because they pushed all the positive rappers to the side and they got all the negative stuff out right now. It's all a conspiracy. You let you let black people, our people, talk about killing each other in records and songs, and it wasn't always like that. You know what I mean? I remember when hip hop, they never even used a profanity. They never even used a curse word or nothing like that. Remember that, Shaw?
Yeah,
Remember when they didn't even curse in rap records, and the
yeah,
music was
yeah.
just as good. They
Of
barely
course.
talked about, if they talked about beef, they probably talked about having sex with somebody's baby mother or something. You never hardly heard them talk about pulling out the gun or getting a gun and killing somebody.
I hear that. I hear what you're saying, and I respect everything you're saying. But at the end of the day, if you really break it down, whose fault is it really? Is it the artist's fault or is it the consumers? If you keep eating what somebody's feeding you, keep eating it, you keep eating it. Who's really to blame? You're eating it. They
See, I,
can't get
see,
famous
I
on
really,
themselves.
I
They
really
can't
don't,
get.
I really don't know how to talk to you because if we go too deep, you're gonna freeze up on me. See, you
I
you
mean, bro,
you
you
talk.
understand what platform you're on. Like I said, you understand what platform you're on.
I
You're
know,
on TikTok. There are
but what,
kids on
but
here,
but,
so you
but
can't really speak your lines when you want to.
so yeah, but you speak in your mind to help it. The platform. You speak in your mind to help it. TikTok.
No, I'm speaking logical.
Yeah, but you speak in your mind to help it though.
I mean,
I don't know what that
right.
is.
He's saying who's responsible. Let's say this. Let's say this, Dre. If all you got is a dirty glass of water, what you gonna drink? You know what I mean? So the majority it the music has been flooded with a lot of dirty stuff.
Bro,
They very
I
rarely
can't
they
touch.
very listen what I'm saying. They very rarely play it, and because many of us are not in control of media and things of that nature, and once we do get in control, look what happens. Look how they come after you. They come after you and crucify you and scandalize your name. And guess who be throwing the rocks? It be us throwing the rocks. We don't know if the stuff is true. We already know that America is a fantastic, amazing liar. We already know that without a doubt. America lied to us, for centuries. So now, when it comes to the music, yeah, we caught up. However, now that those of us who are awake and no longer looking for the American dream, because face it, in order to dream, you got to be asleep. So they've already fed us that. Yeah, get the American dream, go to sleep, so you could get caught up in this uh, scandal of trying to outdo each other instead of working with each other to try to build and have your own so that you can negotiate with other people. We're the only people all over the world who make so many other people rich and wealthy, but we still be at a disadvantage when it comes to controlling land and controlling resources. And it's time for us to start asking ourselves, why is that? You know what I mean? Why do other people, even people who are white, who call themselves white, they also, even people who call themselves white, they still can identify to something other than white. When it comes to us as black people, what do we identify other than black? You know, what else do you call yourself? An African American? Two lands, one land you never been to? You was only told that you were brought from there? So if that's the type of stuff that happens to us, it's no wonder why we fall for the okie doke. We fall for whatever type of music or whatever influence they give us, the colonizers give us, because we're used to it. We are, as the sister said, psychologically enslaved, psychologically underdeveloped. How do we get underdeveloped? Because of the educational system that was provided to us that is partial for putting us to sleep. Look, at this point, we're 50-50 to blame. But the reality is, it's our problem. It's our problem to solve, and it's time for us to realize that we had the power to solve it. We had the power to solve it. And the power is to reestablish our government, starting with a constitution, just like the 13 colonies did when they came from Great Britain and formed their constitution after declaring their independence from Great Britain in 1776. That's what time it is for us. So until we do that and everybody get on board and say, look, I'm black, but black is a description. But I'm a Moroccan, a more for short, and I'm utilizing this because this is my legal identity. This is what I need to use to be recognized around the world. You know, that's what it's gonna take for us. Go ahead, give me your response.
I can't. I can't respond to that. Because my brain, I can never say you're wrong. You're 100% right about anything, but just for my personal opinion, you know what I mean, for Humble Williams, for me, I
Mm-hmm.
just feel if we found that out in the 80s or something, it could have really been worse thing. But I believe that we in some very serious times right now, and I just feel like our energy should be put in a different direction rather than worrying about what color we are. You know what I'm saying? Or when you recognize that, we need to find out what can we do to. I don't even know. I ain't even got the answer. But
Well, listen what you
we
listen
gotta find
listen
out.
what you
We
just
in some
said.
crazy. We in some crazy times, man. I know we've
Listen what
been
you just
crazy for
said, humble.
years.
Listen
Huh?
what you just said. We worried about what color we are. Color. Who worries about a color other than black and white is the color. And we already know when it comes to the color of black and white is superior. We already know that. So that's a given. So for us, we're no longer being concerned about the color black because why? Because the color black is a part of a caste system
And what is
that
that
put
gonna
us
fix?
at a disadvantage. Huh?
What is that gonna fix? Like what is that gonna do for us right now? It took
You
out
know what
some
it's going to
bars.
do? You know what it's going to do? It gives us political power where who did you vote for in the election?
Uh,
Or who did you want to win? If you don't want to say who you voted for, who you wanted to win?
No, to me, that don't matter.
You know why it matters? You know why it
Really,
matters? Because let me tell you why it matters. It matters because those people sitting in those offices get the chance to tell you how much money you gonna get in your check, how much your food is gonna cost, how much rent you gonna pay. So don't tell me it don't matter.
we've been
That it
going through that
matters,
for we've been going through
huh?
that since we've been born. Like we've been going through different presidents since we've been born. But like, and that's part of life. Like
No, 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 no.
something.
See.
Hold on,
Go
one
ahead,
second.
go ahead, go ahead.
We sit here in America and talk all this shit, man. Like and say all this, oh, we not treated like this. But it's people dying right now overseas. And families, babies, families being destroyed right now as we speak. They worry about if a missile going to drop on their house tomorrow morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? We sitting here worrying about, like, oh, we not free and we not this, we not that. Bro, anything you want to do, you put your mind to it and do it. I'm a handicapped nigga that should be laying down in the bed with an oxygen tank tied to my neck 24 hours a day. I'm in these streets. I'm getting books and trying to work. So anything you want to do, you can do it. It don't matter what influence the influences. If you want to do it, a crackhead told me one day, say, you know what? I keep going to rehab. People keep telling me go to rehab and do this, but you know what? I'm not going to stop until I want to stop. An addict can't stop until they want to stop. We as humans, we put ourselves in a mental jail saying we can't do shit. But you really can. There's opportunities out here for you.
I'm not, I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm, see, listen, when you say opportunities, okay, I see limited opportunities.
What is
See,
the opportunity?
see, this is the thing. As a people, we've gotten so used to accepting civil rights to the point where we don't even fathom what human rights is about or what human rights is like. As a human being, those people who you say are dying, why do you think they're willing to fight and die? For human rights.
No, they're
They're
not fighting. They're not fighting.
What are they
They're
doing?
getting
They just
out.
say what?
Their country, their leaders that got them into bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And now they're suffering because their leaders can't get along. And they're being killed.
Listen,
I'm not talking
who
about
told you
I'm
this?
not talking
Listen,
about the
listen,
army.
listen,
The army is
listen.
one thing. The army fight each other, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the innocent lives just being lost overseas and we still
I
running
mean,
around here. Right? They can't
and
handle
so
that.
so tell me this. So tell me this. Are you going to get the United States government to go over there and intervene? Okay, of course not. Of course not. So
No,
this is why
I'm
what
not
listen,
talking about
listen, let
that.
me say something to you.
Sandy,
Let me
I'm
say something
talking
to you,
about
humble.
I'm
Humble,
talking
let me
about
say
the
something to
time.
you. Let me say something to you. People are dying because of greed, selfishness, and because the world is not in its proper order. The world is being ran by the the last born. The world was supposed to be ran by the firstborn, not the last born. So if it's like you the oldest child, but the youngest child is running everything. So if the youngest child is running everything, the youngest child don't know what he really doing. The youngest child is faking everybody out, trying to make everybody believe he know what he's doing. But you can see that they don't know what they're doing because it's based on greed, power, and selfishness. So in order for things to change, it's going to take, at the end of the day, people rising up and realizing that, okay, look, we're all one people. If we go biblical and we say that Adam and Eve was the first people, then nationalities are used for what? Nationalities is used for law, legal reasons, things of that nature. So if you're going to use them legally, then use them in a manner where it's going to bring equality. That's what's not happening. If you got leaders killing people, what's happening over here? People killing over here. People going to school, shooting people down. People doing stuff here. So it's not like it's not happening here. People dying from sniffing something. They may sniff a bag of dope and die. You know what I mean? So people dying everywhere. But the thing is, why are they dying? And what can we do as a human family that can change that? And if you just say that's the way it's supposed to be, then you already lost. Go ahead.
I'm good. You
You
good?
know? So
Yeah, good.
that's all I'm saying, man. Because at the end of the day, we as a human family, we have an obligation to do better for humanity. And we've all gotten caught up in the black and white scenario where black against white, white against black. But the reality is, it's good against evil. It's good people and it's evil people. So, and we all have good and evil in us. So until we start to recognize each other by the good that's in us and start to magnify that good, then we're going to continue to have the same thing. Don't you know that this was supposed to be a place where nobody dies? But the reason you got to die is because people won't stop doing things that are devastating to other people. So you got to die. So it's almost, it seems complicated, but it's not really that complicated if we as a people go back to how we were and we get into our spirituality rather than into religion, and we connect with the universe and connect with each other rather than just doing rituals. That's what some of the stuff that's separating us, because all these rituals and we bickering over rituals. We're bickering because we're saying, "Oh, I'm a Muslim. I do it. I believe in Allah and I believe in Muhammad, and you believe in Jesus, so you wrong." Or you're a Muslim. You don't believe Jesus died for your sins, then you wrong. These are things that are trivial. These are things that we can't even prove. We can't even prove these things until we leave here. But we'll fight over those things. We'll stop talking to each other over those things. Some people even stop talking for politics. You got people right now that say they won't deal with a person who's a Democrat if they're a Republican, vice versa. So those are the trivial things. So when it comes to us identifying who we are as a people and as a nation of people around the world, so we can connect around the world and start interacting just like every other people do. We're not asking for nothing that's impossible. We're not asking for nothing that any other people is not doing. Why is it when you go around places like Jersey or other places they call the inner city, we don't have connections with people outside of the country that we can call and say, look, we need you to import import some of these some sneakers to us, import some sweatsuits to us, import some perfume to us. Why we are not doing that as a people? This is where my mindset at. Us as a people being able to do business around the world, not just here in America, so-called America, which really is the part of is Morocco, the part of the Moroccan Empire. That's the thing. Once we get on that level, then we can start uh, elevating. You know what I mean? And as Jay Sean said, look, we can talk about side chicks, all that kind of stuff all day to the cows come home. But we it's it's beneficial for us as a human family to be more universal, not just to be so concerned about one thing, but be diverse in our thinking and diverse in how we maneuver and how we look at each other. This holiday, you know where I'm at, I shared food with Mexicans, Colombians, and white people. I shared with them. You know what I mean? We share with each other. So I'm not a racist. I'm not prejudiced or none of that. You know, I'm for all people, but I'm for the people that I'm a part of getting to be on the playing field equal with everybody else around the world. That's what I'm for. You know? So, and I don't think anything wrong with that to want us as a people to be in an equal position where we can do business with any and everybody across the world, you know, and at home. But some of us, it's hard to do business because we don't try to do business with ethics. We need to be ethical when we deal with each other. Look, if I do something for you, you do it for me. It's about us showing equality because, yeah, you're right. We can have any and everything we want if we treat each other right. We don't even treat each other right. That's one of the major things. And yeah, uh, the so-called colonizer has
Kill each other.
influence,
Right.
but it's right, but it's not their problem to fix. It's our problem. We got to start treating each other right. We got to start treating each other better. What are we concerned about what's happening overseas when we still got our children killing each other? I'm not really concerned about overseas right now until we
I
get
care
our
about
children on
I
point.
care about all life. I
Look,
care about
you hold up,
everything.
hold up, hold up. You just heard me say that I care about all life, but how are you concerned about overseas when you can't even stop what's happening on your street? So that's what I'm talking about. So
So
don't
just,
don't
just,
don't
just, say-
don't
just so
don't
hold on,
jump way
hold on,
across
hold
the
on.
world.
So
And
just because I can't stop saying, I can't
no,
care about it, and so
no,
kill each
no,
other.
no. Listen what I'm saying to you. Listen what I'm saying to you. You can care about it, but you brought up something now. Oh, what about what's happening across the seas? And I'm saying to you, if I'm not able to stop what's going on my street, why worry myself about what's going on across the world if I'm not able to do nothing what's going on my
Just
street?
say, just say,
So,
just say,
so
so
to me, that's more
it should
logical.
be, it should be you.
What?
You should have been born there. You
Huh?
should have been born there. It's like
But you
you
wasn't.
say,
But you
you should have
wasn't.
been
It's
born there.
not you. Hold up. It ain't you coulda. You was born overseas.
Bro,
So that's what I'm
look,
saying.
bro,
I'm not saying. I'm
only,
not. Listen.
bro,
I'm not
only you,
saying a person.
bro,
I'm not saying a person from that
bro.
region. I'm saying you specifically who was born here, were born in Patterson. I'm saying that's a problem for us as a people. We be so concerned about everybody else, but how many people came to rescue you? How many people are there for you when you need them? So that's the thing that I'm talking about. Like at the end of the day, you concerned about them, but is they concerned about you?
They
And
don't
that's what
have
we
to.
got. And that's what we.
They
That's
not.
his time for.
They
Go
not the
ahead.
ones. You know what? Yo, I'll wait for white flag, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Cause you saying one thing, I'm saying another thing, and yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Bro,
No, I mean, it's a conversation, and you feel like a
you
listen,
can't
listen.
change.
And
You
I'm not,
can't
and,
change
and I
because
want you to,
I
and I want
can't
you to.
change. I can't change. I can't change. Well, my black brothers from killing each other. I can't change that, right? So you try to tell me just because I can't change that. I can't watch the news and see a father holding a teddy bear with blood on it and his daughter just got blown up. I can't care about that.
And what I'm saying to you, I'm not saying don't have empathy and care about people. I'm not saying that. What I'm
You
saying
just
to you
said it.
is, hold up. I'm saying
You
to
just
you
ran a
because
15-minute
you know
rant
why you
about
know
that.
why huh? What happened?
You just ran a 10, 15 second rant about don't care, why care. Now you tell
Listen,
me
listen what I'm
you don't
saying.
care.
I'm saying to you, you if you're so concerned about what's going on over there, you caring is not going to fix what's wrong. If you're not trying to figure out a solution, caring is cool. It's okay to care. I'm not saying it's not okay to care, but
Yeah, you
all
want,
you
yeah,
know,
you
if
want
if
me,
if,
you
if
want, you
everybody
want me,
get caught up, huh?
so basically you're telling me you want me to find a solution of how to get Russia and Ukraine to start fighting. That's what you're trying to tell me?
No, I'm saying to you, you figure out that you saying that politics are not important. Politics are basically important because those wars, those political wars,
I don't
those
think none
wars
of
are
those
based on
politics is
politics.
important.
People suffer behind politics. You know what I'm saying? So when you saying Russia and Ukraine, those are politics. Russia and Ukraine fighting over land. They fighting
And
over
people,
wanting
and people,
control of something.
and
Huh?
people, and people are dying.
I'm not. Of course, people are dying.
Innocent people that wasn't doing nothing, that wasn't fighting nobody. They just in their house chilling. They're dying. I'm not talking
Okay,
about army that's fighting each
okay.
other.
So what is your government? What is your government? What is your government doing about it? They're
Huh?
giving money to Ukraine. They're giving money to Ukraine to fight against Russia, rather than
No,
saying, "Look,
look. I'm not going back and forth with you. Only thing I
okay."
said is I
So
care.
the bottom
Only thing
line
I
is
said is
what?
I care. I care
It, it,
about them.
it's okay to
That's all
care.
I'm saying.
All I'm saying to you is caring enough? That's what I'm saying to you. Is caring enough?
What do you think I should do, bro? Give me your opinion. What should I do? If I care so much, what's the first step I need to make to do something about it?
Write your congressman. Write your
Alright.
congressman. You care that much, get a pen and write your congressman about it. Get you a bunch of people that care like you care, and y'all write to your congressman. Do something about it. Don't just sit and care. You care.
Okay.
Oh, I care. I care. Caring ain't gonna fix nothing if you don't put no action behind it. That's all I'm saying. So it's okay to care. I care about them too. I care about babies dying. Don't think I don't care about little babies dying that's innocent. Of course I care. But my thing is, it's about doing more than caring. If everybody say they care and nobody do nothing, what's gonna change? That's the bottom line. A lot of people care,
I know people.
but we
I
need
know people.
right now we need action.
I know people. I know people that left their family around, live around here, around me, and went out there themselves to join
Okay.
and help out. So it's like,
Okay,
you know,
so that's commendable. That's commendable. That's commendable.
that's
That's
why
what it's
that's why
about.
I feel passionate about it. That's why I say
Yeah.
I care, because I know
Okay.
people are actually risking their life. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to go to drink coffee and the next week on your way, you know what I mean, doing your thing, you know? So it's I care about people that's going through stuff, bro. Like, this is real life. We only human. We all human. This is right here yet. That doesn't mean that things can't go wrong.
Of course, we know things gonna go wrong, but it's like each of us can do something. Even if we good to just the people we deal with, that's doing something. If you treat everybody that you come in contact with good, then you're doing something. If you beat a person or not fair with a person or mistreat a person, then you part of the problem. That's the thing. That's how we got to start looking at it. If all of us is upright with everybody, then what happens? We start making that change. Because all murders and things of that, it's disagreements. It comes from something somebody want and somebody taking. If you deal in inequality with everybody, there's no reason for nobody to be unhappy. There's no reason for nobody to feel like they want more. If they deal in inequality, the only time people start want more when they greedy. They want more than they willing to give. That's where all of that stuff come from. A mindset. It's a way people think, and we start with each other. Let's start changing each other. Let's start looking at the God and the goddesses within each other. That's what we got to start doing, and start trying to nurture it in each other. Nurture the God and the goddess instead of the devil and the demons. You know what I'm saying? We got people talking about demon time and all of that kind of stuff. So let's get out some God and goddess stuff. We can do that. And that don't take a lot of work. The real work is working on ourselves. If each individual work on themselves to be a better person, the whole world changes. So it's not like we can't do nothing, but it's what people willing to do. And that's the human family. That's everybody, not just you or me. That's the whole human family.
Them politics is something else.
Reality something else.
Reality politics. Yeah, I don't that's that could go on and on and on and on. You know, everybody got different points of view on politics. It's just that when you the people at us, it's the we the small people in this whole big thing. Um we could talk about it and stuff, but unless we do something about it, um we always just gonna be talking about it. We gotta get together and I think Shadi said that we gotta get together uh, um and you gotta write to Congress. You gotta go stand down um in front of the White House. You gotta build um groups and unity and things like that to make things happen. Other than that, we just doing what everybody else did. We just talking. We gotta we gotta make things happen. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's intellectual and it's educational. But then sometimes it come a point where I don't want to fight the power. You know what I mean? I don't want to. Sometimes I don't want to fight the power. I want to gain as much knowledge as I could gain against the. I don't want to say the enemy,
The
um,
adversary, the the
the
the, the, the
adversary.
competition, the
Yeah.
adversary competition.
I wanna gain as much knowledge as I can, and then I'll be ready to fight. Um, then I'll be ready to make moves. But that's the problem right there. Um, it's not enough people that's willing to stand together to make enough noise to make things happen. So we it becomes a debate against ourselves sometimes. Um, and I mean, it's learnable. I mean, you can learn stuff. Like I could learn stuff from the stuff that Shadi was saying, and I could feel the stuff that Humble was saying. You know what I mean? But where do we go now? Where do we
Well,
go from there?
well, my thing is we go with our own government. That's my thing. That's what I'm emphasizing, and I don't comprehend why when we talk about us creating our own government, it's like we get the jitters of saying like we're trying to do something that shouldn't be done or something that's outside of the norm. Sure, it's outside of the norm because we haven't done it in centuries. So yeah, it's outside of the norm, but we've tried all the other things. We've tried the marching, we've tried the praying, we've tried the organizations, we've tried all of those different routes. So this is the only route left for us to try of us establishing our own government as a people, as one people, Moroccans, Moors for short, establishing a government where we get to write laws, where we get to challenge what's going on in United States of America and all over the world, where we get to challenge that. This is the thing. So I don't see anything wrong with us, you know, dedicating ourselves to that because we want to unify. Let's unify under a government and yes, unify under a state. It's 50 states here. We can reclaim all those 50 states. Why? Because the United Nations, the Declaration of the United Nations gives us the right. That paper that I just showed you, United Nation Declaration of Indigenous People gives us the right. We have a right to have our own government as a people.
But
But
look, I
because
want
we go ahead.
yeah, we touched on that enough. We understand that, you know what I'm saying? My only argument is that we at some drastic, drastic times right now. You know what
We
I'm saying?
have what?
Our whole world as we knew is being turned upside down at this moment. And I just feel like people need to focus on their soul right now. Whatever you believe in, whatever God you choose, if you believe in Jesus, whatever you believe in, I just feel like people as human beings, we need to find our spiritual side right now. But it's a lot going on. And we keep putting our faith in these books and we're not focusing on allowing God to control you and show you. You know what I'm saying? Because being gone is forever. When you're in that next level, you're there forever. So sometimes you gotta sit down and make a decision. Now, am I gonna keep entertaining my soul with all this negativity and all these things that life has chosen for us to write all our rights and our wants? Do we want to experience that until our last breath and be lost forever? Or do we want to spend this time we got left focusing on our soul and making sure we get to that next level with
Whoa.
Jesus or whoever you believe in?
Dre,
That's
I don't know if you heard me. You kind of repeating what I said. I said that if I said that we were going to look at the gods and the goddess in us, what do you think I meant? And I said that each individual got to start working on themselves. And if people change themselves, then the world changes. What do you think I was talking about when I was saying that? So you don't think that I was including that?
I wasn't thinking about what you were saying. I was thinking about getting that message. I just felt out. I wasn't thinking about debating with what you said. I was just saying what God put on my heart to just say at that moment. So I'm not going against you, brother. Only thing I'm saying
No, no.
that we need to focus on our soul, man. Because when this world ain't, there ain't no who's right and what's this and what's that. We're gone.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, it's you're absolutely right. And to for the soul, believe it or not, actions scar your heart. If you focusing on your soul and you're doing devious things, then you're not really focused on your soul. So that's the thing. So it's actions that's gonna purify your soul. It's not just words, it's actions behind those words that's going to purify your soul. So I agree with you. We're in agreement on that. And with that said, it's about my time, man. It's about that time for me to check out, you know. And it's been great. And I want you to realize, Dre, that you weren't particularly the target. Whenever I'm speaking, there's we as a people, there's multiple people that think like you, there's multiple people that think like me. So when I'm speaking, I'm addressing all people, not
Oh
just
yeah,
you per
definitely,
se. You know
definitely.
what
We
I mean?
gotta
So don't take the conversation personal.
we gotta we
Oh,
gotta
oh,
we
oh,
gotta get we gotta get a point where we could um break things down maybe in segments or something like that, because it's a lot of things too, that a lot of things that I wanted to talk about that I might have wanted to ask Humble, or I wanted to ask you too, Sha.
Well, I mean,
But
go ahead. If you got something you want, if you
but
got something,
but I
I ain't
mean,
around.
it's a whole different topics though.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what
If
I
you got
mean?
something, yeah, yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
we
But
wind up
but we
we wind up
definitely want to do that.
yeah,
We definitely want to do that. Like
we
break
got
it
to,
down.
because I don't want you to come on and just talk about like that for like all your time, and then we didn't get to flip it
Yeah,
and
I mean, we we,
talk
we
about
you
something.
know we go back and forth because sometimes I don't even talk about this. We get
Right,
on, and at times I don't even bring
and
this up.
it's important.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even bring it up. So, and I get it.
It's
We definitely we're in trial and error stage now. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? We're in trial and error stage. So, we're gonna figure this thing out, and we're gonna get it right. And
right.
the people get to watch us grow right in front of their eyes. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Yeah.
each thing is important. I mean, even people infidelity is important because it affects other things. It affects other people.
Right.
So all everything that we talk about has some relevance.
Right.
This was just something for me that Dre brought it up, and it just spun into what it is, because we have a tendency to say, like, there's nothing we can do but just let things happen, and that's not true anymore. We have something we can do. It's just if we are willing to do it. Those who are willing to do it, if you're willing to do it, let's do it. If you're not, then get out the way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's all. It's
That's
simple as that.
that's true. That's true. Um. What I was um what I was thinking on touching on too was that the long term relationship thing. Um the people that's been around. I think I sent you a video. Did you get to watch it?
Nah. Go ahead, because you mentioned something to me about it. Now, what was it again?
It was a lady who said that I think, I don't know if she was with her man 20 years, or she was talking to ladies who've been in relationships 20 years. But she was saying that she want ladies to stop thinking that they could be with a man 15, 20, or 25 years, and the man is not going to never get tired, you know, of of um of whatever. You know what I mean? I don't. She didn't really give a recipe for it, or um, I don't think she ever gave a. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me see. Um,
And I see you, Sister Pam. Yeah, we definitely want to get on the seven principles of Kwanzaa. Why Jay looking for that? We definitely want to get on that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to get more involved in that, because that is something that can be utilized in the households, and something that can bring growth to us as a people. Definitely.
what is it?
Uh, Kwanzaa, the seven principles of Kwanzaa. You know, remember I was saying the principles of Kwanzaa.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
what that is.
yeah.
Trying to bring this up right here. Okay, I got it right here. Let me see if you could hear. Tell me if you could hear this. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I ain't hear nothing yet.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Something. All right.
Women don't. But who is the
Okay.
one that's begging for marriage? It's women.
This
Men
it right
actually
here.
don't want to get married. It's not about loving no man. Actually, women don't even like men. They don't like
You
us.
know you rub people the wrong way when you make these broad generalizations,
Wait till it
right?
start
To
all
get the
over.
black vote, what did she do? She got entertainers. And what entertainers did she get? She got hoes. A lot of our ancestors turning over in their graves looking at how we acting right now. Women want a man to be with them for 20 years and still act like he done slept with her for the first time. As if he ain't got bored about 3 days into this whole marriage, maybe 3 weeks into the whole marriage. Women like weak men. Women like sexually weak men because the only power that a lot of women have over a man is sex. On paper, men are the ones who benefit from marriage. Women don't. But who is the one that's begging for marriage? It's women. Men actually don't want to get married. It's not about loving no man. Actually, women don't even like men. They don't like
You know you rub people the wrong way when you make these broad generalizations, right?
To get the black vote, what did she do? She got entertainers. And what entertainers did she get? She got hoes. A lot of our ancestors turning over in their graves looking at how we acting right now. Women want a man to be with them for 20 years and still act like he done slept with her for the first time. As if he ain't got bored about 3 days into this whole marriage, maybe 3 weeks into the whole marriage. Women like weak men. Women like.
All right. That's the thing I was talking about. Um, you heard what she said when she said women like weak men. Women like sexually weak men because a lot of women, that's all they have to offer. Then she said women um they want to pretend that they could be with somebody for years and years and years, and a man don't get bored. You think she talking the truth, or you think she a scorned woman too, or a hurt woman?
I mean, what she's saying, that doesn't sound like she's scorned. But my thing would be, do women feel the same way? You know what I'm saying? I mean, she just happened to say men. I would have said either or. You know what I mean? Because why would it only be men after so many years feel that way? Women would probably feel that way too. So I,
Yeah,
but I don't know if people are honest enough with themselves and their feelings to have that type of discussion. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
that takes being honest with yourself and honest with how you feel to have that type of discussion, and that's something that a lot of people are not ready. You know, that's my opinion. I think a lot of people are not ready to have that type of conversation.
yeah. I believe that too. I believe that. I believe that too. Let me see something. Wait a minute. Um, 1 second. Uh,
I think it depends on how attracted you are.
to each other.
The only thing that I've ever seen people be willing to defend and die for are
Wait.
things that were valuable to them that
Listen to
belong
this.
to them.
Wait a minute.
You can't name me anything that does not belong to a man that he's willing to die for. Now go ahead, try it. You have the floor. Name me something that a man is willing to defend or die for that is not his property. You got a point. So why does it sting so bad to say that?
It's gonna start all over. Wait.
Are you your man's property? I'm nobody's property, honey. Okay, so I don't have no. Hold on. So he has no business treating you like his property, right? Right. Right. Okay. The only thing that I've ever seen people be willing to defend and die for are things that were valuable to them that belong to them. You can't name me anything that does not belong to a man that he's willing to die for. Now go ahead, try it. You have the floor. Name me something that a man is willing to defend or die for that is not his property. You got a point. So why does it sting so bad to say that? Are you your man's property?
So he was asking the lady, are you your man's property? And she was saying, I'm not nobody's property. So he was saying, name something that a man is willing to die for that's not his. And she was saying like, oh, I can't name nothing. So he was like saying, so why is it so hard for you to say that you your man's property? Because um a man is not willing to die for anything unless it's his family or something that's his. You know what I mean? So the moral of that was that how women might say, "Oh, I'm not nobody's property," or "I'm not nobody's." Take for example, I put up. All right, look at this. I put it. I got a keeping it real um, room on Facebook, right? I put in the room that if a man have a woman, now I didn't say this was my point of view. I took it off somebody else's page. If a man have a woman, he shouldn't have to do laundry, wash dishes, or cook or anything like that. Oh man, all these I say black women came on there bombing and bombing that bombing and bombing and bombing. Now one of them said that was true. My point was, damn, why couldn't one woman say that was okay? You know what I mean? But all of them was like, hell no, no way, uh, it's not possible. So some people or some women have a problem with letting a man, I guess, be the king or letting the man be the one that they could be subservient to. Um, I believe that that's a lot of problems within the world and the relationship nowadays. Now, I'm not saying a man not supposed to wash dishes and do laundry, and I'm not saying all that. You know what I mean? He can do it. He can do dishes. He can cook. He can do laundry. He can do all that. But what's wrong with a woman feeling like a woman could do I don't know if I could say this, women duties? Or is there such thing as a woman's duties? Um I think maybe it is or it should be. Um I really don't know if it's a problem. I guess we in a time or we in a world where I think everything is like 50-50, but it's 50-50 okay? Is 50-50 right? How about 80-20? How about a woman just treating her man like he a king and he treating his woman like she a queen? Um, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's somebody said I live by old school. You right, but times are different now. Me and for example, I work, I pray to God to be home, to be a housewife. A lot of people might feel like that. What you think, Sha? A
I
man
mean,
do it. Well, I mean, I know what kind of man you are. You
what?
cook.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
cook.
yeah, yeah. Now I do it, and see, this is why I could see this can be important because in order to build the nation, then it's going to take men and women being able to work together and get together and do things together. So, like I said, everything is relevant. It depends on how your perspective of it. Now, my perspective of it is it depends on the two individuals. Okay, so if an individual that you're talking about want cooking, cleaning, and all that, and the individual is the total breadwinner, wife, even if she works, she don't have to use her money for nothing. He's the total breadwinner. Then I would say, yeah, then it would be appropriate for that individual to expect that type of behavior from his wife. Now, if the individual, if the man is, you know, making less money and the woman is basically holding the majority of the stuff down, then no, I wouldn't say that, he should expect that. You know what I mean? I would say that he should be doing that because I'm about being fair. You know what I'm saying? And being fair is if okay, if I'm falling short in one area in the financial area, then I got to pick up some other way. And washing, doing the clothes, cooking, all that'll be my way of picking up.
Yeah.
So, so that's the thing. So when a person put that type of generalization out, it's got to be put in perspective in order to be answered in a way that's going to be conducive and meaningful for us as an individual. Now, the other thing that you said about property, me personally, I don't particularly like somebody's, saying I'm property because, okay, there's another way you can look at that. Okay, I have property, but I rent my property out. So you're going to want to rent your property out? You know what I'm saying? So there's another way you can look at it. So it's so when my man gave when my man gave that example of man property, no, I would have preferred someone that he loves, someone that he values. You know what I'm saying? These are people that he love and value, family members and things that he love and value. He will stand up and protect it, not
Mm.
just because it's his property, because everything that's your property you don't value. But
Right.
certain property you don't value. So I would say, yeah, because you value this person and you love this person, yeah, you will be willing to protect her and stand up for her. Just me personally, the property, because property becomes an object. And when you're dealing with an object, you're not concerned about an object feelings. Objects don't have feelings, you
Mm.
know? So
Mm-hmm.
so 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 that's my thing when it comes to the answering that, you know?
I could relate to that.
Yeah.
I could definitely relate to that. Um,
Yeah. So
um, I think that I just wanted you to hear them two clips, man. I know you got to
yeah.
run.
Yeah, but I want I ain't want to I ain't want to leave you hanging. I knew you had those things locked and loaded, ready to get off, and I'm like I said, I'm Shadi Ali and I'm SRD, so I go either way, brother. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
could go a different
I
day.
had those clips saved. I did. I had
Yeah,
them
yeah,
saved.
we spoke. We spoke about that. So I wanted to give you the opportunity because I didn't plan to go, on and on. But that's that. Us as a people and our growth and development and elevation. That's a passion for me. I'm passionate about that. So when you're passionate about something, it's easy for you to keep going and keep going and keep going. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that's all that was though. But I like to thank everybody for their time. Everybody who's on, Facebook. I appreciate y'all, Sister Pam, and everybody else. You know, I, that was watching, that took the time out of your day to watch us. Everybody here on YouTube, we appreciate you. You know what I mean? Taking the time out of your day to spend time with us. And we look forward to seeing you all next week. And we definitely working on that phone so that we can hear you guys because it's a little tough, when I'm reading what you guys saying because then I have to interrupt what Jay is saying. So at least when you guys are on the phone, we can both have a conversation with you. You know what I mean? So that we can make this thing better. But just bear with us. We still working on this, and it's going to get better. It's definitely going to get better, and you guys are going to help it get better. You
Yep.
know.
And I'm getting ready
So
to go. For everybody listening, I'm getting ready to go
peace
on Facebook
and
Live.
peace. Love.
I'm getting ready to go to
And Happy New Year
Facebook.
to you.
I'm getting
Happy
ready to go to
Kwanzaa.
Facebook Live. Randy J. Sean Jackson. I'm gonna go on Facebook Live 211, and then I'm gonna shut it down for people who couldn't get on my TikTok. We get ready to go to Facebook Live for
All
about
right. So
30,
until next
29
week,
minutes. All
I
right,
leave you all with love, peace, and prosperity and unity.
exactly.